Hello everyone. So I have been using Orgmode and Beamer for I believe almost a month, a bit more than a month now. And I of course did a lot of things with Beamer, and my usage, my requirement was to create simple slides. But of course, when you try to create even simple slides, you still want some control, you still want some configurations that you would like to do based on your preference. Now, it took me like maybe a day or two to create decent presentations, but I spent maybe a couple of more months to make it really perfect for my needs. And in this video, I just want to share the resources which I used. And these resources will, of course, help you to get started. But at the same time, if you're using Orgmode or Beamer or LaTeX, you, I'm sure, want to do a bit more than just very simple presentations. Of course, if you want to create very simple presentations, use maybe something else like org reveal for HTML. But I think when it comes to PDF, you need to control a few things. You need to maybe change the layout or maybe use a different theme. So let us go through those resources, and hopefully if you're learning Beamer, then it will help you. Now the first thing or a prerequisite for learning or using Beamer is, of course, number one, Emacs and then Orgmode. So you need that. But of course, when it comes to Beamer, you can do it in LaTeX, because it is LaTeX. It is just for creating a presentation in like PDF format. But I'm of course going to talk about Orgmode, Emacs and Orgmode based approach, because we already use Emacs and Orgmode, and we already have a lot of our nodes. We are comfortable with that. And for our workflow, for example, my workflow is based on Emacs. Whatever I do is based on Emacs and Orgmode. And the good thing is that I can use the same org file and generate a nice book using LaTeX or maybe a presentation. So prerequisite is, of course, Emacs and Orgmode. And if you know a little bit of LaTeX, I think it will help. I think you need to know it. For me, because I spent a lot of time last year learning LaTeX, I was able to do it very quickly, because when you modify something in your org file, in the header or user setup file, you need that experience. So these are the prerequisites, and of course on my channel I have plenty of videos. But of course, if you're using Orgmode already, then it should be quite straightforward. Now, the first resource I would say that you should start with is, of course, this Orgmode manual, where of course you have a lot of details. It will get you started, and it will of course give you a lot of information. So start with the Beamer export commands and learn about what you can do with the Beamer specific configurations. So this is something that you will refer to again and again. And there is actually a tutorial also on the Orgmode website. So this tutorial is basically help you a lot. And I used this tutorial in the beginning to create a very simple presentation. Then, of course, I modified it. Now, when you start modifying your, because when you create a new presentation, for example, in this case, there is not really much happening in terms of configuration. Of course, I'm sure you're familiar with title, author, email, date, and options here. Basically, you need to set up these things in your org file. But bare minimum, I believe you need to specify, I guess, some theme, and maybe you have to specify the options as to. I mean, you have to do it. You have to do it, I believe, so that you can specify what level you want to convert to a frame. But when it comes to themes, so this page, of course, will get you started. And in the beginning, don't really try to do each and everything. Just try to create a simple PDF file and maybe try a theme. And for theme, you need to basically look at this particular page, which I believed I showed in one of my video. So basically, these are all the themes that you can take a look at. I use Berkeley, which really worked nice for me because I needed a sidebar. I don't know why, but maybe I'll get rid of it in future. But when you are not sure what theme to look for, or where to find the names of those themes, this link will help. And of course, don't worry about the links. I'll share the link. And the next thing that I will talk about is this GitHub repository, which is basically a reference card for Beamer based presentations in Orgmode. So this really helped me, and I keep coming back to this for some help or some tips, because if you want to insert an image, or if you want to maybe create columns, if you want to maybe change maybe the font or size, you will find information here. I mean, of course, you don't really have to read the whole thing in the beginning. Just refer to it, bookmark it, and come back to it. And the last link is basically the documentation, the Beamer class or whatever, I guess, book tutorial. It's not a tutorial, it's like a reference book. It is a lengthy book, 235 pages. Of course, I don't really read the book from the beginning till the end. I will, of course, refer to it just for searching something. For example, if I'm trying to do something with, let us say, what do I search for? Let us say I want to search for title, image. So there is nothing like title image. Maybe I'll just search for. I'm not really sure what to search for, but image. So you can basically find something here, and you have to be, of course, a bit specific. For example, how to insert an image on the title page, how to insert a logo. So you will find plenty of information, and of course, because it is like a proper book, you will find like code snippets, and that really helps. And of course, if I have time, if I ever have time to spend a bit more time on learning about Beamer, I don't really think I will read the entire thing from the beginning till the end, but I know that, okay, I have this in front of me, or I can open it and I can get access to those exact like code snippets or the syntax, because I basically try to search online, and I use, like everyone else, I first search on Google or whatever search engine you're using, Brave or DuckDuckGo, search there, and then look for the line, and then of course paste it in your header. And this is of course something that I have been doing. Usually if you search online, you will land on Stack Overflow, where you will find plenty of information about everything. I mean, because whatever you're trying to do with Beamer and Orgmode, someone has probably done it before, or they also want to do it. So you will find a lot of questions online on Stack Overflow. But of course, you have to basically first figure out what you want to do, what kind of presentations you want to do. If you want to do something very simple like me, I think you can get started with Beamer in like a couple of days easily. And of course, I'm trying to improve whatever I have been or I have learned already. But I think in like a couple of days, I was actually quite satisfied with my presentations. And because I do trainings, I of course want to use whatever I'm doing here with Beamer in my actual trainings or in my video courses. I just wanted to be 100% sure. And sometimes I get a bit perfectionist. I become that person who wants to make sure that everything is properly aligned, and the font size has to be perfect. I'm trying not to do it too much, but sometimes based on your personality, you might want to do it. And good thing is that Beamer will let you do a lot of those changes, if not all. All right, that is it. That is it in this video. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and you learned something new. Thank you very much.